The railway has always been about more than just getting from A to B. It's been a lifeline for our communities, a driver of tourism and a key part of our history. Today, we're looking at how rail is evolving for the future whilst also celebrating its past. So let's get into it. Up and down the country, from Aberdeen in Scotland to Falmouth in Cornwall, community rail partnerships are bringing stations to life. Whether it's restoring heritage buildings, creating green spaces or running local events, these projects are connecting people to their railways in new ways. It's about building a legacy for the future and, of course, celebrating 200 years of rail. Now, I'm on my way to Gatwick, not because I'm due a holiday, I'm afraid, but to see a special exhibition which has been part funded by GTR's Community Rail Partnership. Paul, thank you for this. Talk us through it. It looks like a big operation that you've put together.
It's a stressful operation. Yeah, this, I mean, you won't be able to see from here, but the scope of this wall and the cladding was something that had to be done. It was plain Jane, bereft of any life. It was just an open void, and I wanted to do something different. At the beginning, the name Gatwick is translated into English, goat farm, and that was back in 1241. As we progress through the history, the airfield that we know for Gatwick used to be the racecourse. So it used to be Gatwick Racecourse before it was ever an airport, hosting the Grand National. Then we come to the era of World War II. The Beehive, which is still in existence today, hosted planes from World War II. When it became commercialised and open to the public, that was in 1956, where the Queen opened the airports as what we know it now, albeit very small. And what we've created was the timeline from commercial airlines all the way up to 2018. The historic trains that pass through Gatwick and the map of the evolution of the station. Because where we're standing now was only built in 1980, and now we finish with our new concourse that just recently opened in 2024, and that is why a nice history of our station through the transitions I would love to share, and I am sharing that with the public.
Of course, railways don't just run themselves, they rely on passionate people who understand their history and their future. And there are few more passionate than Train Services Manager David Jones, who's a real railway enthusiast. Let's go and meet him and understand why he believes projects like these are so important. Although David's job is keeping Thameslink services running from the control room, last year he travelled to every station on the National Rail network for charity. He's seen the good, the bad and the ugly of railways across the country, so we're picking his brains about what he hopes the future of rail will look like beyond Railway 200.
And I think especially sort of the communities out in the small villages where they'd rather take the train than actually have the strain of driving into London. If we didn't actually provide those connections, if we didn't provide those lifelines, then some people might be just naturally cut off, or they might then turn to the car and then never come back to the train. So then we've lost those customers and we've lost the income and the revenue that they generate to then be able to put back in the railway to provide more technological advances. It's vital that we don't just serve the London commuters, but we serve the commuters out in the sticks as well. If you've got trains at bigger interchange stations, you might be able to lose a train once into an hour, but if you've only got one train an hour serving a country station, you've got to ensure that the passenger needs are met, because that might be their only means to get a doctor's appointment, hospital appointment, pick their kids up, so it is vital. It's also about creating great journeys for passengers where they can actually instill confidence in us, but I also strive to make sure that I can provide a good, comfortable journey for the passenger and make sure that they can then want to come back and spend more money and actually be able to go and travel by train more and more and visit more and more places.
That brings us to the end of our Tracks to Tomorrow series. To find local events near you, go to railway200.co.uk and head to the communities section of the Thameslink, Southern, Great Northern or Gatwick Express websites to get involved in one of our partnership projects. We'll see you soon.